So first, SpeedPaint. I'm very excited. Always wanted to do, well, I've done speed paints, but I haven't done like a voiceover speed paint thing, which, I don't know, I kind of procrastinated because I didn't think I was going to be good at voiceover type of stuff, but, you know, whatever. To preface, before you start watching this, I guess, if I don't talk a lot on, in general. So, if there's random silences or me going, I apologize. Yeah. So, hopefully the music will just be okay instead of, so I originally had this idea, of Nate, because I've been drawing a lot of Jack lately, and a lot of, like, Tokyo Ghoul type stuff, and I was like, you know what? I need practice. Let me just draw, like, Morgan. Because girl hair is more easier than guy hair. I think Nate's hair, like I've doodled Nate several times, and every time that I've done it, his hair just doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. But yeah, Morgan's hair was really fun to do. It was more easier to like color and stuff like that. So yeah, originally it was supposed to be Nate. Let's see. So I was like, alright, I need to start actually doing Tokyo Ghoul stuff, and then so I did that, and then I started on the Morgan stuff. And I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I saw her tweet about it, and I was like, alright, well, let's just do that and try it out. So I haven't played Breath of the Wild, so I know that like the sword, I made it halfway through, and then I looked up a reference for the Breath of the Wild Master Sword, and I was like, this isn't the same, you know, but I guess it'll be okay. I don't know, it's my version. Let's see. If this is choppy, it looks kind of choppy as I'm like voice-overing doing, you know what I'm trying to say. If it looks choppy, I apologize. I don't know how to speed it up and not make it really long. I've seen some and they're like 5 minutes, and it looks really smooth, and they're not as long, so I don't know. And speaking of like wanting to do a speed paint, I've been wanting to do more on my YouTube. I know I do like compilations and little things here and there, and I don't want to be known just for that. I want to actually do like my own stuff, like art, and gameplay is cool, but I don't really got a lot of stuff for that. Also, this hair was very hard to do, because I realized that I messed up with the side bits, I guess you can say, the little outlining it, and then I fixed it later, and probably one of my favorite parts of this is the hair, because I thought I did okay, I guess, on it. What was I saying? Oh, so, because I mostly do gameplay on Twitch, and this is what I did it off of, so I'm sorry that this following type thing is there. I'll have to, whenever I think about doing speed paints, I'll remove that, and you'll see chat later on, and I apologize. And I was gonna put like a picture there to block the chat, but then I'm like, that takes up a lot of the art, the painting picture, so that's why. So yeah, I'll have to disable chat probably from now on. Yeah, I like to do gameplay, and I've recorded some stuff, but I haven't figured out like the method of doing it correctly, so I just stream it. Let's see. Oh, and I think speed paints are very easy because I don't have to talk. Well, I'm talking now, but I don't know, when I'm drawing or whatever, I don't have to talk as much. I don't know what else to talk about. Wow, I spent 4 minutes talking and we have 15 minutes left. You can see, if I back up, the switch light, and it was very hard for me to do it because I outlined it and I was trying to get the light in between the switch layer and the outline layer, and it wasn't really working. So in the end, and you see that I like cut up some of the time lapse, but in the end I ended up just doing a soft light because I wanted it to kind of be like a big light. I don't know how to explain it, like a big display light on her face and stuff like that, and it didn't really work as well. So there's that. Also, there's a lot, I don't know how people do that, the pattern stuff like that, because that took a lot of layers, and I'm probably doing it wrong. And I could probably just do it on one layer, but I haven't figured that out yet. So that's all I have for notes. If I think of anything, I'll include it, but I don't really know what to talk about, so because I don't talk ever. So I hope you enjoyed the time lapse and the music stuff. If I have anything else to say, I'll say it. So it's me again. So another thing that I was going to talk about is, I know I'm not working on the background right now, but I think backgrounds are really hard, because originally, as you saw in the beginning, I was going to have like, I believe it's called Death Mountain, but that would have taken a long time, and I didn't think it was going to be good. I didn't think drawing how I was going to draw that, and I probably had to look up references, because a lot of that, like rocks or clouds or certain things that are textured and with a lot of layers, are really hard for me anyway. So yeah, I decided to not do that and just do the Master Sword and stuff like that. And then, so yeah, background, like, and I didn't know the color. You'll see me like later on switch between like a dark color and then light colors, and I kind of wanted a light color, because I didn't want anything contrasting, and I didn't want a super like gray color, because with the swirls and stuff around her later on, it wouldn't look as good. So there's that. Also later on you'll see me like messing around with the rock. I don't know how to do rocks. I didn't know what texture to do and layers and stuff like that, so you'll see me mess around with that later on. Let's see, what else was I gonna talk about? Let's see. Oh, you'll see me zoom in like earlier and then probably a little bit later, where my line art isn't out as good. I know that some of the lines are okay and they're straight, but you can see there's gaps and it doesn't fill all the way, which I know is probably annoying to some people watching this, but I'm trying to improve on that. And you'll see me go up in the hands, and I'll redo the line art, and especially with the black background later on, I go back in and I try to fill in the black spots in with the line art. I don't know how people do it. People just like, they go in and they make one big swoop in their line art, and then they fill it in, and then they're fine. And it takes me 10 times longer to color something in, you know, just because I messed up and stuff like that. Also, another thing is that I've proportioned it. I made a canvas size much better, because I had like a 10,000 by 10,000, something like that, canvas size on a lot of them, and when I exported them and I would post them, they were really blurry, and I was kind of frustrated because I didn't know how to export. I didn't know what to do, so I read online, and they're like, okay, well, I think it was 300 or 700 by 700, or something like that, and I did that, and then I uploaded it, and I exported it, and it was great. I was really happy with the result, because I always like to, like, there's chat, I apologize. Also, I redid, like, the staff part, because I messed up with the line art and the coloring, because I shaded it in without coloring the line art layer, so I just decided to redo it. What was I talking about before? I totally forgot. We were talking about rocks and the Master Sword. I forgot. So, oh, line art layer filling it in takes me 10 times more. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Also, if you guys have any legit tips, put them in the comments. Because I don't know how to do art. I just started this year. I didn't want to do it seriously until probably this year and stuff. And I know we were talking about line art earlier. I think if I got I believe a Clinique tablet where it has the screen, I think that would be much better to do line art with, because I'm more of a traditional artist and I like to do line art. It's easier for me to do line art with a pen and stuff. And I could have drawn this out on paper and then scanned it, but I don't know, I didn't think it was going to turn out very well. Also, later on I kind of just gave up on the Master Sword. I don't know, I knew it was different and it didn't look like any of them. And shading and all that, and there's symmetrical stuff like the sword and the pointy bit. There was a pointy bit at one point on the sword. Those are very hard for me, so I'm just whatever, I'll just do the sword this way. So I think what I'm gonna do is, maybe if I have a topic, I'll talk about that topic for the rest of the video, but I didn't really have a topic. I just wanted to do random points and stuff like that. So I will stop talking and I will just let the video play. But if you watched all of this, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you have any tips or anything, like I said, please feel free to comment below and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's the end of me talking right now. And I will see you guys in the next SpeedPaint or any video that I decide to do. So thank you.